Hello everyone, and welcome to a bonus episode of Sally Cat Plays Iconoclasts. It turns out there's some extra content in the final boss fight of the game that can be unlocked with the right choices, and I want to show that off today. Remember how we sometimes get to choose responses in dialogue? Turns out those replies affect friendship levels. I've got a handy guide for what answers will please Mina, Royal, and Elro. And Mina in particular gets a little more screen time if her friendship value is maxed out. So let's see what happens. Let's say, it's not your fault, maybe Royal. Tell her that her culture is pretty neat. Drastic personal decisions? It happens. And then, after Mina yells at her mom and runs off, or walks away angrily, I suppose, we've got to run after her and say, I'm going with you. Now, I'm not actually sure if the next few questions affect Mina's friendship level, but while she's in earshot, for this run I'll say things like, we must save Samba, and who's this magic white-haired guy? Nobody special. I'll also take a moment to say, nah, I'm not scared, you look cool. And now here we are, back at the impact crater. So, only thing left to do is jump on in. Now, I do have to fight my way through the blue-eyed monster mess again. That's not actually going to be any different from last time.
Now, I think you can still swap with those. I don't think you have to shoot them this way. Nice. There's still one more of me left.
There it is.
I like that idea of trying to let them jump a little bit into the range of the shot.
Oh, did I actually manage to take out the wheel?
You did take out the wheel. You still have these ghosts.
Well, yes.
You're also at full health with one of your iron hearts left. Yeah, the thing... There we go.
Heart.
Yeah, taking out those other guys seems like a solid plan.
Is it just me, or is one of these rolly wheel guys more aggressive than the other?
There's definitely one rolling faster.
Thank. Okay, continuing on.
Still, why don't you try actually charging up and seeing if you can do a swap with it first?
Well, that didn't work.
Okay, well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Stay on the low part.
Okay, that went a little better.
Yeah. Stompity stomp.
Yup.
You seriously wrench the antlers of a charging reindeer and knock it over.
Hey, if it works, it works.
The game logic is funny sometimes.
Okay, save point. Restore health. Excellent. What was over here? Oh, right, this was the fast travel,
Yes.
which we're totally going to use ever. Okay, guys, now is the moment of truth.
So why don't we recap a little bit what makes this different?
Well, I've tried to choose the dialogue choices that will please Mina the most, and hopefully we'll see her again at some point in this final boss battle. But not before punching God.
Now this is going to be new to me too. I've never actually seen a different version of this fight.
Okay, the Elroy bit's going to be basically the same.
Elro.
Elro, thank you.
You gotta wonder though if like Elroy or names like that was an inspiration.
It would help if I wouldn't jump into him as much.
Yeah, you want to run under him, not try to jump over him. Well, he's not giving you that much of an option right now. There you go, under.
Yes. I know I can do this better. I did it better on my test playthrough.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to shoot the waves. I just don't remember having to jump much over him. I remember him being more aggressive with the jumps.
Well, one thing that I have read is these fights get easier the higher your friendship values.
Well, have you only been pleasing Mina and not pleasing Elro?
I've been focusing on Mina.
Okay.
In fact, here's Mina's bit. Ah, there it goes. So do you see the sunflowers floating around Mina?
So this creature's not shooting dangerous bits anymore.
Correct.
So you can just stand here
She's
and
been
do
pacified.
nothing. I guess the way the dialogue goes, you can't please everybody.
You can, but it might involve contradicting yourself a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty effortless. And this would have been what, Royal?
Yeah, Royal. So Royal, I think, is easier, but I definitely made at least one choice that deliberately I thought would please Mina more so than Royal.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, Royal's one of the easier fights in this phase anyway.
He is. I don't know what, if any, logic is behind that.
Because Royal is ultimately the pansy. I mean, the most badass thing he does is when he goes berserk and starts knocking out some agents. Well, not agents, the soldiers.
Mm-hmm. And when he challenges him.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem badass to me as much as, like, Last Wine of the Emo.
I suppose. And, yeah, with Black, the only thing we can do is end her.
Mm-hmm. I guess I didn't view that as being black, but it could make sense.
Okay, and the bit with Polro, Robin's dad. We've already read all of this. Also, the only time we get to see Robin wearing a nice dress and hair ribbon.
Doesn't she have something in her hair most of the game?
I'm not sure. I mean, she's got her hair done up in that wacky wrench style.
Yeah. You can go to Polro and the cutscene still ends normally, I think.
That's right. I don't remember which I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can give your dad a hug or you can go out the door. Either way, you wake up and get pissed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you still have all the damage you had from earlier.
There we go. Yeah, just,
Here we go.
It might take me a bit to reacquaint myself with the game patterns.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you die here, at least you don't have to go through the whole nightmare sequence. And you come back to this with full health.
Mm-hmm. Nuts.
All things considered, I actually like the last phases of the bosses. Like, it's solid work without being crazy fast and difficult, and does seem like a very appropriate final boss to the game.
Also, you're right that Robin does have something on her head. That is the headphones, not a hair ribbon.
Hmm. What does she need headphones for?
I don't know.
Has she been jamming out this entire game? Or are they sort of like headphones more like Rain Man was wearing?
They could be noise protection for mechanic work.
Hmm.
But given the soundtrack to the game, I like to think she's been jamming out.
Well, maybe that's one of the reasons she's not speaking so much. She's just generally nonverbal. Yeah. This phase of the fight always felt a little funny, but it's also nicely gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's every so often where this game gets sort of hardcore. Coming. Yep. But yeah, the rest of this looks like it's basically par for the course in terms of how the fight goes.
And kablamo!
Also, why does the front of the Star Worm look like it has a giant bird on it?
Why, would that be like us making our trucks with skulls on them?
I don't know. I mean, if the earlier bird normally catches the worm, this is look like a worm decided to eat a giant bird. Because that head is not a worm-style head.
Stop hoarding gas, damn it!
I wonder what kinds of notes those papers have.
Robin, wait!
Oh,
Yay,
this is new.
I did it! Phew. Man, you're nuts. But I knew you'd be crazy enough to go down into this smoldering hole. After everything you've done, I can't just leave you now. If there's a chance for the ones I love to keep on living, I'm going for it, okay? Now, whatever the hell that thing behind you is, let's take care of it. We can talk when we're dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, give the correct answers to the correct questions. You can get Mina joining you in the final round.
Yeah. Well, one thing about her gun, it never exactly fired all that fast.
Now let's see if I can manage to
You want to shoot the flames to get health, yeah.
not so much die here. Yo,
Yeah, I was going to say bomb-shotting it might be preferable to trying to jump on it.
I think Mina just shotgunned him.
Oh, well, okay. And luckily Mina's not hoarding the health, so you can grab the pickups yourself. You just jumped on its butt.
I just bounced on the deer.
It was very nonplussed. Okay, this is the one you're going to need the bomb shots for. I remember that annoying me the first times learning this fight. Are those dark rocks or are they light rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, Mina's not doing a ton, but she does take some of the flak off you. That is cool to see her here, though. Yep. Now, what is knocking her out on occasion?
I'm not sure. I'm not honestly paying much attention to what Mina's doing.
Yeah. She's occasionally... Okay, so she's occasionally getting hit by the wrenches of the bird, and I think stunned by the jumps, too.
That would make sense.
In which case she does this bent over thing and then comes back up. But yeah, if it's keeping the bird from attacking you... Yeah, you're both tired. And understandably, you're both very shocked.
Yup. Let's do it, Robin. Let's put our combined seeds into this thing and end it. Double splat!
Okay, that's sort of worth it. Now, if it's combined seeds, does this mean you get a different kind of tree growth at the end of the game? Probably not.
Not so much. For a little while, I wondered if the flowers were different, but then I went back and checked, and they're the same.
Now, is Mina the only one you can convince to fight with you?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, if you get full friendship level with Elro or Royal, you'll pacify their dream selves or whatever, but they won't come and help. I mean, Royal can't, he's dead. Or, if not dead, he's on the moon.
There's only so much Elro would be able to do at this point anyway.
That's true.
Though it might be sort of hilarious to see him just try to do his, like, little broken knife and not move much.
Assuming he didn't just leave the sword with Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. And we get to end with most majestic reindeer.
Yes. So, both girls climb out of the hole.
I swear, I think Robin is getting more exhausted with Mina around.
The trees of my ancestors. They're everywhere. I think all the tremors stopped. It's so quiet. Part of me is scared of what we might have just done. But if this is the result, that's okay. It's been such a long road, Robin. Let's agree this is where it ends. We should finally go home. We'll see what happens next. I want to know just how hard Samba will hit me.
I didn't know they had that kind of a relationship.
Yep. Same confrontation with Elro.
Mm-hmm.
You did it, didn't you? Yes. And now I need a frickin' nap.
And a good kitty.
Yes. I won't try to tell you what to do anymore. Not that I have much opportunity, since the game is over.
Oh yeah, I could have read his lines. Oops.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. At the time of this recording, there is also another background kitty that takes some of our attention. I do not know if Sally Cat will introduce her into some video in this series.
I'm not sure she came up in this series much. But we have a black cat. Her name is Garnet. She's a good kitty.
And she gives just about as much craps about the game as the white kitty was doing just a second ago.
This is true.
So now we have same credits as before? Well,
yes, I think they're missing a few bits because I did not 100% this.
Wait, I thought there'd been a 100% file originally. Did you overwrite it?
I effectively did overwrite that my 100% game with this New Game Plus.
Oh, okay. So it's not 100% in New Game Plus.
Correct.
Yeah. But I thought that I thought New Game Plus meant you started with all the crafting materials that you made before.
I do, but I don't have the entire map uncovered. And I didn't go through and beat the optional bosses.
Good point. Well, it was nice to come back to a last little bit of game content here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're just letting the credits roll because there's a somewhat different image at the end.
Okay.
And because they're good credits.
The image at the end is based on what? Is that how long you took to beat the game?
It's a couple of factors. There's one for 100%ing it. There's one for speedrunning, finishing in less than, 3 hours?
I need to try to do that. My last attempt to try to run the game quick, I think, was around 3.5 hours.
There's also one for finishing the game on challenge mode, and I'm not going to get that one.
I might give that a shot.
I'm pretty sure that involves getting through the game without dying.
I think that's more reasonable than trying to get through the game without getting hit.
Truth. It's something like that, and either way, I'm not doing it.
That's still the same as before, though, right?
Yes. No, they're just still adorable.
He in the credits, Progenarian Pete, the one that you rudely throw off his pedestal to get into City 1.
Yes. Mendeleev will get used to her new haircut. That's another thing I didn't do was the RSVP for the soldiers.
Yeah. Wasn't going to be much you would be able to do about it anyway. It's not like he was waking that other guy up to go play games.
Yeah.
Again, game is heavy at times. Why don't they give a name to that final bird?
I don't know. I think according to the creator's Twitter, he's Lucas Birdington Rex.
That's a solid enough name.
The end. Thank you for watching. Again. There we go. So instead of Mina and Samba cuddling together, we get Robin with her hair down. So yeah, you can see despite having 69% of components collected, I made 100% of tweaks. Because I already had all of my tweaks made.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good work.
And that is the last bit of Iconoclasts. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next game.